boggles my mind that you would be supportive of a man who blatantly cheated on his wife for fun, yet would not
person I dated a few years ago has just made some extremely serious false accusations.
Never happened. First of all, he drove me home. I literally do not have a driver's license. This is physically impossible to happen. I don't know what I need to do to prove that. I do not have a driver's license. I have a provisionary driver's license, which means I'm unable to drive on the road without my mum in the car or someone who's had a driver's license for 25 years. So that never happened.
You know, it's a weird time to be alive when the internet can ruin your life before breakfast. All because someone with a Twitter account decided it was your turn. Your reputation is in flames. Your comment section looks like a crime scene, and Twitter has declared you public enemy #1. Why? Because of a false accusation. Today, we're diving into some of the biggest false accusations that nearly ruined these streamers' lives. Buckle up because this ride gets messy. Chapter 1. Mr. T. Lexify. There was a time when accusations required proof. Crazy, right? But now someone tweets, "So-and-so is a predator," and suddenly it's gospel. No court case, no evidence, just pure, unfiltered outrage. But let's look at what happens when false allegations spread like wildfire. First up, we have Mr. T. Lexify, a 1.5 million subscriber gaming YouTuber who woke up one day in 2024 to find that his ex, Reagan MCN, had tweeted her harrowing experience with Lexify. Reagan aired explosive claims that Lexify groomed her to become his girlfriend while she was underage and alleged that one night, Lexify groped her breasts. Why not tell everyone about how you put me in your will? Why not tell everyone how you choked me and told me you were going to kill me because I found out you were messaging barely legal girls at 26? Along with Reagan, Lexify's best friend Pat also cornered him.
However, I would like to state, Pat, that I did send you a message privately on your Twitter before you made this statement public, in which you saw, but you chose not to respond and hear my side of events and Reagan's roommate's side of events. You not wanting to hear anything I had to say and painting my ex-girlfriend in a benevolent light when there's evidence of her clearly being a pedophile was a direct punch to my gut after calling you my best friend for many years.
Lexify's so-called YouTube friends like Pat just wanted him to fall.
Boggles my mind that you would be supportive of a man who blatantly cheated on his wife for fun, yet would not share the same sentiment to me when I was obviously in an abusive relationship that I could not escape from.
Before the full story came out, Pat's input only strengthened the belief that Lexify was at fault. I never believed it until Pat said something about it. Then I was like, oh, maybe there is something. However, this was only the tip of the iceberg of what was to come. Reagan then dropped what can only be described as a dissertation of accusations against him. 76 pages of alleged manipulation, non-consensual acts, and claims that he took advantage of her when she was underage. I found more young girls he was communicating inappropriately with. Lex also lured the young girls by telling them he'd buy them things they wanted if they dated him. Lex Adrian Iwan put his hands around my neck and tried to choke me to death. Serious stuff, right? This sent shockwaves through their once-shared fan base. Chat, Lex has been cooked, unsubscribing after being a sub for almost 10 years. Prayers to this lady. I hope you find peace. But hold on. Lexify clapped back with a 30-page counter document. Yes, we're in the Google Docs age of warfare. And a video outlining her threats and contradictions, one of which explained the choking incident.
Accepted as fact.
Reagan had shared her made-up side of the choking incident in her Part 2 Google document. In reality, the situation happened much differently. While we were at the Airbnb in Coronado, California, Reagan saw that I had texted other women on my phone, as she would not allow me to leave the relationship since she threatened my career. I could not leave this situation, as I was broke and away from my home country of Canada, and I'd spent $12,000 on an Airbnb that I could not.
Lexify also alleged in that document that Reagan physically assaulted him, caused property damage, and extorted him.
Reagan went into a manic episode and broke a wooden board on my back and then started destroying the Airbnb.
The physical abuse allegedly went beyond breaking a wooden board on his back. This is where it was getting extreme.
Does.
In an act of self-defense, I had to restrain her to prevent further property damage and physical harm to myself as my life was under threat. This was not the only incident of physical abuse from Reagan, as a month prior she decided to bite my face for once again looking through my phone and thinking I was cheating. Reagan's claim of her biting me after us play fighting is completely false and makes no sense. I took this photo and applied a bandage by myself as Reagan was not even in the room and was still furious at me for assuming that I had been with another girl, which was false. She would always get physical whenever I tried to.
Lexify said that Reagan began extorting him from August 2021 to July 2023 in exchange for his silence, or she'd go public with her allegations. He showed PayPal transactions to Reagan's account totaling $38,325.
She still threatened me that she would release this video if I did not continue to pay for her rent, lifestyle, and surgical procedures.
He also provided text messages where Reagan allegedly demanded money from him and threatened to out him as an alleged groomer and PDF file. The most shocking part, though, was when Lexify exposed Reagan's darkest secret.
As an adult, when we were in a relationship earlier that year, Reagan targeted Lawrence, who was a minor. I was disgusted by her actions.
With this strong evidence, suddenly the narrative flipped. It's funny how she accused him of grooming her as a fan when that's exactly what she was doing. Projection is a crazy thing. And Reagan, she locked her accounts. But even though Lexify might have dodged total internet annihilation, the damage was done. His name, still linked to controversy.
2024. Reagan has never once filed a police report even after all of these situations. She tormented me, extorted me, then publicly slandered and humiliated me. These aren't the actions of a victim.
Welcome to the digital age where allegations are forever, but apologies expire. The lesson here? The internet loves drama. But the truth? Not as interesting. Chapter 2, Tobuscus. Next, we have the case of Tobuscus, Toby Turner, YouTube's former giant-turned-controversy magnate. He was known for his comedic sketches, vlogs, and gaming videos. But then in 2016, his ex, April Fletcher, came forward claiming that Toby was not only a drug addict, but also a frequent cheater, and would sometimes go as far as to intoxicate her and have his way with her. April would release a Tumblr post detailing her abuse, and in particular, a traumatic night at his house. After this, another ex of Toby came forward claiming the same. Soon after that, 3 other exes of Toby would come forward with similar claims, agreeing on the substance abuse and infidelity, but not the physical abuse. This was looking really bad for Toby. The internet lost its mind in support of April. I stand with April, because abuse isn't always physical. This forced Toby to address the allegations.
The person I dated a few years ago has just made some extremely serious false accusations about me. And I want to be crystal clear. I've never done anything without her consent. I've never tried to trick her into anything. I read her Tumblr post and I was shocked.
Soon fans started poking holes in April's story. April says in her Tumblr post that after being drugged on the 26th of February, she was able to drive a car the next afternoon from Toby's house. However, her texts show messages in the morning from 8:40 a.m. to 14:10 p.m. Fans debunked her claims, revealing April and Toby weren't even in a relationship. After just one date, Toby decided they should remain friends. 2 years later, Toby finally shared his story.
A friend of mine came to my house at night after partying, and we hung out for a bit, and she asked to stay the night. I said, okay, and nothing was gonna happen, because at this point we were friends, and this wasn't that kind of relationship. She said she was uncomfortable sleeping by herself, and she asked that she sleep in the bed with me. I said, okay. And then she asked me to cuddle her, and we cuddled, and nothing else happened.
But April wanted more than a friendship.
I was aware of that she was upset with was that I didn't want to be in a relationship.
And her true intent? She wanted to destroy Toby. She couldn't get you, so she destroyed you. But the damage, permanent. His subscriber count nosedived, and even his role as Ant-Man's voice in a mobile game was lost. Even today, he's nowhere near his former glory. A false accusation can follow you forever. Chapter 3. Dream. Dream, the 32 million subscriber Minecraft speedrun king, finally face reveals and, shockingly, the internet wasn't nice to him. It seemed like the entire internet was mocking him for his appearance. Penguin Zero captured this outrage perfectly.
On Twitter, they were cooking Dream's cheeks for the better part of 12 hours. And that had me self-conscious like, oh my god, if they find him ugly, wait till they see me. They're gonna think I'm some kind of car accident victim.
And then came the allegations. A day after Dream showed his face, a former fan named Anastasia would allege that Dream groomed her when she was a minor. She shared her unsettling experience on Twitter. Too tired real life, struggling to get involved. But the YouTuber trending right now already face revealed to me 2 years ago when he was flirting with me when I was a minor. I just can't believe the shit I'm seeing about him talking to 13 and 15-year-olds, plus the power imbalance of him having subscribers. Gross. I don't even want to look into it. Hi, Clay. Maybe find a day job and a girl of legal age. Anastasia would tweet again the next day with screenshots of her flirting with Dream while she was underage before eventually going private. One Twitter user created a screen recording of the Twitter thread, which included proof that Dream had directly messaged and began flirting with Anastasia when she was under the age of consent. Dream would respond to these accusations by saying, "Wake up to people making up disgusting false accusations for the millionth time. I'm going to enjoy my last couple of days in LA and not let people try and ruin it." My heart goes out to actual victims who get questioned in their hardest moments because of stuff like this. It's sad to see the trend that whenever there's something big going on for me or for friends of mine, people try and use those moments to spread negativity and lies. This would only backfire on Dream, leading to #DreamIsAFreak trending on Twitter. When we thought the accusations stopped, another accuser came forward, Amanda.
But I'm Amanda, and you might know me as one of the girls that was by Dream.
But here's the thing. Timelines didn't match, details were shaky, and the so-called proof, it fell apart faster than an off-brand Jenga tower. In 2023, Dream would destroy the allegations in an 80-minute video first exposing Amanda's inconsistencies.
January 17th, and that sexting stopped February 10th. Even if you want to give her the maximum benefit of doubt and say that she confused the timeline, she turned 18 on the 17th, 1 week after she claimed the sexting stopped, so there's not much leeway. She said that we planned to meet up and have sex in August when she was in Orlando. First of all, this was before my face reveal. I did not leave my house. I was massively paranoid. I was not meeting up with a random person I had just met 2 months before my face.
The evidence allowed viewers to connect the dots. Honestly, the fact that all of these allegations popped out almost immediately after his face reveal says a lot. Dream responded, debunked the claims, and while he's still successful, the allegations stuck. Because on the internet, once accused, you're never really innocent. Chapter 4. Tubbo? Tubbo was minding his business, living his best Minecraft life when suddenly, bam! A wild accusation appears when he receives unexpected news during his live stream.
By my moderators, a tweet accusing me of stuff that has frankly never fucking happened.
You can clearly hear the fear in his shaking voice when he first saw the tweet on the live stream.
This is my first time seeing this. I can't stress enough how unbelievably untrue this is, and I genuinely don't know what to do.
The tweet posted by a burner account named Emma detailed the victim's disturbing experience with the Minecraft YouTuber in 2021.
Being 16, I wanted to fit in. I decided to drink alcohol for the first time. I quickly lost control and found myself in a vulnerable state. That's when Tubbo, who was at the party, offered me to take me home. I was out in the car, but instead of taking me home, he drove me to a secluded parking lot. It was there where he made advances to want to touch me inappropriately.
In his initial live stream, Tubbo gave an explanation to Emma's allegations from the tweet, essentially debunking her claims.
First of all, 2021 was peak pandemic, peak lockdown. I didn't go to any parties. I didn't go out of my house, okay? No parties, never happened. First of all, he drove me home. I literally do not have a driver's license. This is physically impossible to happen. I don't know what I need to do to prove that. I do not have a driver's license. I have a provisionary driver's license, which means I'm unable to drive on the road without my mum in the car or someone who's had a driver's license for 25 years. so that never happened.
But guess what? His accuser later admitted it was a social experiment, a freaking prank. Like, let's ruin someone's career for science.
Correctly, someone tweeted out this on a burner account about me, and they clarified today, this is when I come out to say this whole thing was a major up social experiment to show how easy it is for something done to go viral. Me and my common friend.
The internet's response? Rage, but also a disturbing realization. If someone can make up a false allegation for fun, how often does this actually happen?
Me and my common friend. What the made fully out of ChatGPT, and that's so f***ed up. This isn't some f***ed up social experiment. That's my fucking life, bro. You're f***ing with.
This only makes things harder for real victims to come forward. False accusations hurt real victims too by making people doubt actual survivors. It actually infuriates me. There should be actual jail time for this act. What do you think? Well, in the end, the outrage and Tubbo exposing her forced Emma to delete her account and erase all evidence. So, what have we learned today? The internet loves a scandal. False allegations ruin lives. Maybe, just maybe, we should wait for actual evidence before canceling someone, yeah? Crazy concept, I know. Now, if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments. What do you think about the state of cancel culture?